Hi, everyone. I'm Ken with Ken's Insurance Agency. We're a full insurance brokerage. We're coming to you tonight to talk to you about some of our services from auto to homeowners and the variations of these, and then some services that marry well with these, and we'll explain why they marry well with them. So let's get started. Auto insurance can be broken out into auto for a regular car or SUV or a pickup truck. Can be commercial. Commercial can cover from regular vehicles to your cargo vans to dump trucks, service trucks, things like that. So there's various types of auto. There's also motorcycle, ATV, RV. Not everybody's a specialist on these as we are. So there are things that you need to look at and that you want to make sure that you're with the right company on. Then there's roadside assistance. That's an important product, and we'll show you one way we got roadside assistance, and we actually got another besides that one way that we can help you with roadside assistance. Then there is homeowners. Homeowners is basically if you're buying a home and you got a mortgage with a bank, or you own the home and you got the deed in hand. If you're buying the home and you're buying it from an individual, then that individual is considered the homeowner and you are considered a tenant. So you'd get a renter's policy. Homeowners can also be a renter's policy. It can be a condo policy, whether you rent the condo or you're buying the condo, and you want to make sure you have the right agency for these. Also, you got to remember your auto policy will only cover luggage and clothing up to $500. It's not going to cover anything else as far as personal items. So that's where your homeowners/renters comes in. It covers everything else that you may have in your vehicle, like that fancy stereo or a computer or luggage and clothing over $500. Things like this, you'd want your homeowners or your renters to cover. And it will cover it whether you're at home, whether you're off on vacation, or whether you're out at the local Cracker Barrel. So don't let that confuse you. You'll also want medical payments on both, so that if somebody comes on the place and gets hurt, that they're covered. On their medical bills. The only time medical payments and any injury to another person is not covered is if the person that is injured or that causes or that's got damage done is either the one at fault or is in the act of a crime, basically. So those are the two exclusions. We also recommend with a home or an apartment or a condo having water backup, which basically covers damage to the building if like the toilet floods or the tub floods or there's sewage backup in them that causes damage, then you can get that fixed with your homeowners. Now let's take a look at some products that marry well with these, and as we go through, we'll discuss why they marry well with them.
Every year, millions of people face legal issues. And let's face it, lawyers are expensive. But as a Legal Shield member, you pay an affordable rate for an entire law firm versus high hourly legal fees. Legal Shield's law firms have over 20 years of experience in many areas of law. As a Legal Shield member, you'll have direct access to one of our dedicated law firms, so you can take proactive steps to protect your legal rights, such as having your rental agreement reviewed or your will prepared, and receiving legal guidance for things like a dispute with a neighbor or creditor. Your law firm can also write a letter or make a phone call on your behalf. When you have a legal question or issues, you can simply call your law firm and a lawyer will return your call within 8 business hours or less. They're even available 24/7 for emergency situations. And with the Legal Shield mobile app, you can call your law firm at the touch of a button, access legal forms, upload your speeding ticket for review, and have your will prepared. Legal Shield makes receiving legal assistance easy and affordable. So get the legal protection you need and deserve, and put a law firm in the palm of your hand with Legal Shield.
Hello from Legal Shield. We believe every commercial driver needs legal protection, but first things first. What is a commercial driver's legal plan, and why should you want it? Quite simply, the commercial driver's legal plan gives you access to lawyers for transportation-related issues at an affordable rate. Attorneys are, well, expensive. $250 to $500 per issue expensive. But with a commercial driver's legal plan, you get access to our commercial drivers provider law firm for about $400 a year. That's a pretty easy choice. If you've used a lawyer for issues like this before, this probably all sounds great. If not, you may be wondering, why would I even need a lawyer? It turns out that lawyers can help you with all kinds of transportation issues that you may not have even realized. Things ranging from moving and non-moving violations, DOT, Department of Transportation violations, license reinstatement, tragic accident representation, CSA consultation, and much more. Whatever transportation issue you may be facing, a lawyer will help you make the best decision for you, your spouse, and your motor vehicle record, or MVR, in the future by knowing your full legal rights. That's always a good thing. So legal protection is a smart choice. Now, why choose Legal Shield? For starters, Legal Shield has been in business 40 plus years and helped over 1.5 million families that trust Legal Shield as their legal protection provider. Legal Shield has partnered with a law firm that gives you access to lawyers who can answer your transportation legal issues when you need them. So you'll never have to worry about what lawyer to use, since we've already done the legwork for you. And you'll always get an experienced lawyer who is dedicated to helping you in the state where your legal issue occurred. Just pick up the phone and you'll be connected to a customer service representative who will take your issue, and within 5 business days, you will have a lawyer's name and number for you to be in contact with. Remember, communication with your lawyer is key, and in most cases, your lawyer can represent you in court without you having to be there. There's a waiting period of 10 days, but our lawyers can still help you, even with your transportation needs during that time at a 25% preferred member discount. In review, legal protection is good, and Legal Shield is the best. Now let's talk about your specific plan. You can enroll in Legal Shield for a low monthly fee determined by the plan you choose, along with a one-time enrollment fee of $25. Special pricing is available for drivers who enroll in the plan as part of an employee group. Your membership includes help with moving and non-moving violations, DOT violations, license reinstatements, tragic accident representation, transportation law, CSA consultation, and much more. This specific plan covers you and your spouse or domestic partner in personal or commercial vehicles. With Legal Shield, you're in a position of power with access to a dedicated lawyer whenever you need it. Legal plans are also available for family coverage. Just see your independent associate for more information. Protect your ability to earn a living. Become a Legal Shield Commercial Driver's Legal Plan member today.
Hi, I'm Brian Carruthers.
And I'm Darnell Self.
And we're super excited to be here today to share with you information that was shared with each of us several years ago that's had such a massive impact on us and our families. So Darnell's going to start off today explaining exactly what our company does, and I'll be back in a few minutes to share with you exactly how much this is going to be able to benefit you financially. Darnell?
So let me share with you my background prior to Legal Shield. I was a retail manager working at a mall here in the Washington, D.C. area. And if you're anything familiar with the retail industry, you know weekends are the most important times. And so I missed everything that happened in my personal life on the weekends, my kids' sporting events and birthday parties, family reunions. If it happened on the weekend, I missed it. So at 25 years old, I said, no way am I going to do this for the rest of my life. So I stepped out on faith to become an entrepreneur. And for 3 years, I went on a downward spiral from 2 cars to 1 car, and then I lost my last car. I really lose it. When you lose something, you don't know where to find it. I knew where to find my car. It was at Toyota Motor Corporation's parking lot. I just couldn't go pick it up. Funny today, not funny back then. Well, at 28 years old, I was introduced to Legal Shield, and it changed everything in my life. We've been stay-at-home parents for our 4 kids, and again, it's just been a real blessing for us. So today, I have an opportunity to share that information with you, but just as importantly as the opportunity is the services that we provide that really grab the heartstrings for me. You see, I realized that the best business models of today were those that disrupted existing models. You see, if you solve the biggest problems in this world for the most amount of people, you earn a lot of money. Let's look at what Uber did for the black car and taxi car industry. You see, they solved a huge problem and made billions of dollars along the way. Netflix did that for Blockbuster. You see, no longer do we have to go out and rent videos from a store. Airbnb in the accommodation and hotel industry. Amazon in the retail industry. So let me repeat, those who solve the biggest problems for the most people make the most money. And our company's solving 2 significant problems. One, the justice system. You see, a lot of people say that it's broken, but it's not for those who make enough money to afford it. You see, the real color of justice isn't black or white, unfortunately, but it's green. We get as much justice as we can afford, and Legal Shield's leveling the legal playing field for the first time in North America. So let's talk about that problem that we're solving. You see, we give you access to a mobile app. You can actually contact a lawyer with the press of a button on your phone. And we're not just a company that's starting up today. We're a company that's been around for over 40 years. We started in 1972. So we press a button and we have access to thousands of legal forms. If you say, no, I actually want to talk to a lawyer, you press a button, you actually talk to a lawyer on an unlimited amount of personal issues. That simply means that if I have a problem today, I can pick up the phone and talk to my lawyer and not have to worry about a bill showing up after that consultation. But not only will they give you consultation, they'll also write a letter or make a phone call for you if they deem that necessary. I'll never forget, I had a creditor harassing me over $92.20. And I thought to myself, well, I don't owe the $92. I'm not paying it. Well, this company said, we're going to send your name to a collection agency if you don't pay it. I said, who's your supervisor? Well, they agreed with their coworker. And so I called Legal Shield. Legal Shield says, no worries, we'll write a letter on your behalf. I never forget the letter. It says, you must cease and desist or contact with our client pursuant to the Fair Debt Collection Practice Act. Now, I wouldn't have known to say that. In fact, the letter scared me. I almost wrote myself a check for $92. My point is, I never heard from that company again, but it's a power of a lawyer writing that letter versus Darnell writing that same letter. You see, it saved me time. It saved me money. There was no stressing, no guessing. I pressed the app and talked to my lawyer. They'll also review contracts and documents for you, up to 15 pages. They say the bold print giveth, but the fine print taketh away. So we have access now to lawyers who can review our documents before we sign our names to them. One of my favorite benefits of my Legal Shield membership, if I get a moving traffic violation, I get to press that button. It opens up my camera function on my phone, takes a picture of that moving traffic violation. It goes up to the law firm. They tell you the best way to handle that ticket. And listen, it's great when I get a deduction from my fine, but just as importantly, I want to keep the points off my license because we know auto insurance is already too expensive. And I can't tell you how many times my lawyers have been able to help me to get the points removed from my license. So if you drive like a teenager, you have teenage drivers in your household, this is going to be awesome for you. Another benefit with our service is you have access to a last will and testament. So I'm almost embarrassed to tell you, when I joined Legal Shield, I was married with 2 children. Again, now we have 4, but I didn't have my last will and testament done. But I'm not alone, right? The average will costs $500 to $1,000 to have it prepared by a lawyer. Legal Shield takes away that excuse. We give you one just for having our service. Not only that, they'll update it each year at no additional cost. And listen, I'll never forget my uncle. My mom has 8 sisters and 1 brother. My only uncle passed a couple of years ago. He was connected to life support, but my mom and her sisters didn't have to argue back and forth on whether they thought they were doing what was best for my uncle because it was already in his living will. I've seen siblings no longer speak because there wasn't a will in place. Don't put your family through that. Make sure you take care of your last will and testament. You have access to that now. Right there through your app, you can start filling out the worksheet for your last will and testament. The part of our membership that gives my wife and I the greatest amount of peace of mind is the red button right there on your Legal Shield mobile app. It says emergency access. That's right, we give you 24-hour a day, 7-day-a-week access in emergency situations. And listen, this isn't about bad people doing worse things. We're saying bad things happen to good people too. You see, one of my sons is in college. He's a great kid, but he could be a great kid at the right party with the wrong crowd at the wrong time. And if he's being questioned, detained, or arrested, he doesn't have a right to call dad or a right to call pastor, but he has a right to call his lawyer. And he has access to that 24 hours a day. Make sure you not only take advantage of this membership, but tell the people who you love and care about that this exists. Now, if you're anything like me, it's not about how much money you make, but how much money you keep. You see, everything that we've talked about so far is already 100% covered with your membership. But anything that falls outside of that, you're going to get a 25% preferred member discount. You see, because you're a part of Legal Shield, you'll never, ever have to pay 100% for your attorney fees again. At minimum, you'll get a discount. Those are things like contested divorce. Perhaps you want to sue someone, or maybe it's bankruptcy. At minimum, you get a preferred member discount. And because you're signing up with Legal Shield today, in addition to your discount, you're also going to have access to a program we call Member Perks. That's right, 400 vendors you get to save money on now. Places you already spend money with, right? Like Best Buy for electronics. Or when I go rent a car, I took my son to college just a month ago. And guess what? I saved $102 on my rent-a-car. We went to the movies. I saved $6 per ticket. This is huge. So again, you have so many areas where you can save money. In fact, let me just tell you this. For this legal plan, we're not talking about $200 an hour for a lawyer, which would be what, thousands a month? We're talking about $24.95 a month. You have access to our service. Less than $25 a month, less than $1 a day. And guess what? I save more money than that every single month just by using my Member Perks program. So congratulations on being a Legal Shield member. You're going to save a lot of money, but more importantly, it's going to reduce your stress. If you're ever in a situation, don't ever forget, You have empowerment. Press that button right on your mobile app. So now after learning a little bit more about Legal Shield, I'm sure you would agree, for what it would normally cost to have 1 hour of a lawyer's time, we get to protect and empower you, your spouse, and your dependents for an entire year, for which you would normally pay for that same 1 hour of a lawyer's time. You've got to agree that we are truly leveling the legal playing field for the first time in North America. And that's just one of the problems that we're solving. The other major problem that we're solving is the identity theft epidemic, right? We know it's one of the fastest growing crimes in America. Most people think it's just financial, but it's bigger than just financial, right? There's tax fraud, and there's medical fraud, and there's social security fraud. And so what happens when we're a victim of identity theft? Most folks, first of all, don't even know they've been victimized. And so we actually do monitoring, again, right through an app on your phone. We'll monitor and alert you if someone accesses your information. And again, we're not just talking about financial, we're monitoring your entire digital DNA. But when someone accesses your information, where do you go from there? Well, with a tap of a button on your app, you now have access to a licensed private investigator who will do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to restore your identity back to pre-theft status. You see, this differentiates us from everybody else that's out there. And it's exciting to know we've got a real product that solves, again, a real problem when people are in such a need today. I know you would agree that one of the most valuable things you have is your identity. And the cost of owning an IDShield membership to protect you and your family is only $24.95. And if you're an individual, so you're not married, you don't have any dependents, it's only $9.95. So collectively, the Legal Shield plan and our IDShield plan, only $49.90 to protect your entire family. Again, about $1 a day. So that's why these two services marry so well together. If you're being pulled over for a routine traffic violation and there's a bench warrant out for your arrest or something you didn't even do, sure, you have an identity theft situation because someone did something bad in your good name, but that also can quickly turn into a legal situation. And so you want to have access to both of these services combined. Again, protect yourself for less than $1 a day. But guess what? We get to, without having experience as a lawyer or experience as a licensed private investigator, profit from these two major problems that we're solving across North America today. You see, it took me 7 years to get my bachelor's degree, so I'm certainly not a lawyer, but I get to stand as the middleman between the lawyers doing an amazing job by providing the service and our members who need access to them and our licensed private investigators, and we've been able to earn a great living by doing so. I've already told you we've been stay-at-home parents for 20 years for our 4 children. But just as importantly, we've been able to help a lot of other people do the same thing. It is nothing like having success with other people that indirectly you've been able to empower and impact the direction of their life. The gentleman I'm about to introduce did that just for me. You see, he introduced me to Legal Shield, and my life has not been the same since. I hope by you seeing the same information that I saw when I was 28 years old will direct your life, will shift the way you see things and the way you see yourself in your future. Please help me welcome back Mr. Brian Carruthers.
Thanks, Darnell. And after hearing your presentation again, I want to sign up all over again. And now that you've heard it, I'm sure you understand why we're signing up tens of thousands of new customers every single month. Not everybody buys a Legal Shield membership, but most smart people do. I would never want my wife or my kids leaving home without these apps on their phone. So I believe Legal Shield doesn't cost us money. I think it saves us money. I've got the peace of mind. I've got less stress in my life. I save a lot of money in legal fees that I never would have paid for if I had to pay full price. But the member perks, I save more money with that per month than it cost me for a Legal Shield membership. So I'm saving my way to a free legal plan every single month, and you can do the same thing. But now let's shift gears, because how do people learn about Legal Shield? It's through word of mouth. We tell people about great movies, great restaurants. We just never get paid for it. I told people about Facebook that they should go get an account. I told people about Netflix, never got paid. But guess what? Legal Shield actually allows us to become entrepreneurs. And Jim Rohn, my favorite author and business coach of all time, he said, you work hard all day at your job to earn a living, but you should be working spare time, nights or weekends, building your fortune. And so I don't know what your plan A is, your job is right now, but when I got started in Legal Shield, I was full-time in real estate. I was working 60, 70 hours a week. I call it working 8 to faint. I was doing great. I was making a great income, but I had no time freedom, and I was not happy. A lot of my friends, they had a lot of time, but they had no money, and they were unhappy. I wanted to have a happy balance of both. And when I saw the business model with Legal Shield, I said, this is a way for me to be able to change that. I could actually have time and money together. So Legal Shield basically makes it very simple to go out and share these services with other people, and the company's going to reward you financially. And you already do word of mouth marketing as it is. You probably told people about Facebook when you learned about it, or Instagram, or you referred somebody to go get an Amazon or a Netflix account. You just didn't get paid for doing the marketing for those billion-dollar companies. Well, Legal Shield's going to pay you several different ways for helping us spread the word. So the first way that Legal Shield pays us is an upfront commission for each person that we refer to become a customer. And so I'm going to give you some examples based on a $49.90 family plan combination, a family legal plan and a family IDShield $49.90. Now, be sure to check the compensation plan sheet to see what your compensation would be based on the plan that you're selling in that particular state. So on that $49.90 sale, you're earning a $60 minimum commission. And you heard it right. You sell something for $49 and you're getting paid $60. But that's just the minimum. The more people that you refer and sign up, the more you're going to get paid on subsequent sales. So for example, after you sign up just $180 in membership sales, which might be only 4 members, or just $90 in membership sales and bring in one who becomes an associate like you, now they're going to double your commission to $120 a pop. And then it goes up to $140, then $160, then $190, then $230, all the way up to $280. So every $49 referral that you make, you're earning anywhere from $60 up to $280. So I want you to stop and think right now. What would you do with an extra amount of cash coming in on a regular basis from a side Legal Shield business? Let's say you're a senior associate making $120 a pop. And let's say every Monday you just took a few minutes or maybe an hour to market a couple memberships. Two $49 sales each Monday. You made an extra $240 a week, an extra $1,000 a month. What would an extra $1,000 a month do for your household? Would that allow you to pay off some debt, knock out a car payment, maybe put your kids in better school? And that's just at the beginning of our compensation structure. And that's just the first way we get paid. That's the linear income. You get paid on anybody that you refer. The second way we get paid is called override income, or what I call leveraged income. See, I was very fortunate to be raised by my father, who understood and taught me a business principle that most people in this country go to their grave never even figuring out. He said, Brian, you go out and sell a house and make a bunch of money, but would you rather work hard or would you rather work smart? He said, wouldn't you rather be the real estate broker and have hundreds of agents out there selling houses for you and get a little piece of the action off each one of their sales? That's called leveraged. So in Legal Shield, you're allowed to do the same thing. Market as many memberships as you want personally. But you can also share this opportunity with others, bring them into the business. They become a part of your team. And every time they market the service to somebody, they're getting paid anywhere from $60 up to $280, like we just described. But the company's also going to compensate you an additional override on every membership that they're marketing. And that override starts off at $20. And these are cumulative. So it goes from $20 to $40 to $60 to $90, all the way up to $180. So think about this. Every time you market a membership, you're making anywhere from $60 to $280. Anytime somebody else markets a membership, you're making anywhere from $20 to $180. So you're making money when you're signing people up. You're making money when other people are signing people up. So just to demonstrate real quickly the power of leveraged income, the reason why a real estate broker wants to hire as many agents as he can to help him sell houses, the reason why you as an associate in Legal Shield want to bring on as many associates on your team as you can. And think about this. What if you assembled just a team of 30 associates who are each only marketing 5 $49 plans a month? 30 people on your team, just marketing 5 a month. As an executive director, your overrides would be over $7,500 a month in income. That's why you want to have the leveraged income working in with all the memberships that you're personally selling yourself. But what I believe is the most important way to earn money. People say, making money while you're sleeping. Well, that happens when you've got residual cash flow. What is residual income? It's when you do something one time and you get paid over and over and over and over and over again for what you did once. Like an insurance agent sells you an insurance policy for your home, for your car, whatever. They sell you a policy one time, they get a big commission up front, and then every year when it renews, that agent gets a renewal income automatically. I've got the same insurance agent over in Maryland that's got all my homes and all my cars insured with her and has so for over 20 years. The only time I ever talked to her was when I'm adding another house or adding another car. Otherwise, I never talked to her, but she earns renewal income without ever talking to me year after year after year. Well, with Legal Shield, every time you and your teammates market and place a membership with a family, you're getting a huge upfront commission. But on top of that, a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years from now, you're also earning monthly residual income for the lifetime of those members on this membership. Now, let me tell you guys, I've been in this business now for a couple decades, over 20 years. I got started in September 1998, and I started going out and spreading the word about Legal Shield, signing people up, getting those nice upfront commissions, which were awesome. But the most amazing part of this is here we are 20 years later. I'm still getting paid residuals when people sign up in 98, 99, 2000, 2001, still getting paid residuals all these years later. I would not do anything else the rest of my life if it didn't have, number one, leverage, and number two, residual income attached. Because if 100% of your income comes from 100% of what you do, in my book, that's called scary. What happens if you get sick, can't work, want to retire, God forbid you lose your job? What would happen? Well, with Legal Shield, what's amazing about this, I started off part-time, worked it a few hours a week as much as I could, and then I started doing so well with it, I walked away from real estate, went full-time with Legal Shield. I was able to be a stay-at-home parent as well as my wife the entire time since, built our home-based business into a full-time income, but here's what's amazing about it. God forbid something happens to me. I've got a wife I love, kids that I love, and if I was in real estate, not able because I'm no longer here to go out and hustle my next house sale, what would happen to them? But because I built up a Legal Shield business of my own, I've got that residual cash flow that God forbid something happens to me, they inherit that cash flow that will take care of them forever. That's the amazing part of building your own business within Legal Shield. And here's what's really cool. We have less than 3% market penetration. It means 97 out of 100 people in America have no clue we exist. Timing could not get any better than where we sit right now. And I certainly don't want to overlook this, so I just want to mention it real briefly. We have incredible incentives that the company makes available for us. For example, we've got trips that you can earn every single year. We've got cash bonuses on a monthly basis, so you got huge commissions, incredible passive overrides, residual income that you're building up that's going to pay you for the rest of your life, and we have a lot of fun going on trips and getting cash bonuses along the way. We call it Performance Club, and we're looking forward to you being a part of that as well. So what does it cost to get started up in a Legal Shield business for yourself? It's only $99. Now, when I got started 20 years ago, it was $249. And I turned that into a life-changing business, so it was the best decision I've ever made. But our CEO said we need more boots on the ground. We need more people spreading the word faster about Legal Shield to empower more families and give more people peace of mind. So he said, look, it's only $99, not even the price of a tank and a half of gas. You can't even take your family out for a family of four to a dinner and movies on a Friday night for what it costs to start up your own business with Legal Shield. And we will teach you word for word, step by step, how to go out there and successfully generate a profit-generating business. Now, I want you to understand that anybody who becomes an entrepreneur and starts a business, they want to know the first question they need answered is how quickly am I going to get my investment back? If you invested $300,000, which is a typical franchise, it'll take you 3 to 5 years to get into profit mode to get your investment back. So again, the only startup cost that we have to get your Legal Shield business going is $99. And then beyond that, the only ongoing business expense is only $19.95 for what we call Legal Shield Advantage. You're going to have your website to be able to go into your back office and see your commission statements, your customer reports, training, access to everything. You're also going to get an app on your phone, so that way if you have somebody who wants to check out information and you don't feel like doing a whole presentation, you can shoot them over a link to a video that explains all of this for you. It'll track everything on the app, track everything in your back office, and all of that is provided as a part of the Legal Shield Advantage. So as a traditional business owner, you probably know that your monthly ongoing expenses could be thousands or tens of thousands of dollars, but with Legal Shield, it's virtually almost nothing. So that's why I say you have nothing to lose and all to gain by doing what Jim Rohn says that we all should be doing. You have your job that you work all day to earn your living, but you should be working spare time, nights or weekends, building your fortune. Now you've got the best opportunity that I've ever seen in my lifetime to have a side business with virtually no downside, all upside, to be to build an entrepreneurship business from home to set you and your family up for a much more prosperous future. So I hope that you get back with the person who showed you this information, become a member, become an associate. We're going to get you paid, promoted, and help you go on to becoming a very successful Legal Shield associate and entrepreneur. Have a great day.
Okay, let's take a break from the videos for a second while I get the next video lined up, and let's talk about why these are important for you. One, the document review. You can have your auto purchase documents reviewed before you sign them, and have an understanding and basically get things taken out of them that you don't want in them. Also the same way with the home purchase, it will let you do that. The identity theft protection can help you as far as with identity theft, so that basically you won't be hurt when you go to get a loan. We're going to look at some other things that can help you with the loans here in a few minutes. The next thing that I want to bring up is the ticket help. That will help with the auto in case you get a ticket, or like he said, you drive like a teenager, or you have teenage drivers in your home. Can help keep the points off the record so that basically your auto insurance remains low. So those are some things to remember. There's also the unlimited consultations. That's a good thing. Also, the estate planning that lets you get everything lined up for when you do pass, so that everything's lined up, everything's ready, so that it can pass smoothly and easily on to the ones you want it to, your estate to pass on to, as you want it to pass on to them. So those are the key things that you would have that basically that prepaid legal would help with. That's available in the U.S., United Kingdom, and all of Canada. We're fixing to take the auto insurance, the homeowners insurance, and the variations of it would be offered only in Mississippi, Tennessee, Arkansas, Louisiana, Alabama, and Michigan. Now we're fixing to take a look at basically things to help with the loan aspect of buying a car, or with buying a home. And the first is our credit repair agency we've partnered with. You can call Miss Pasha Nixon at 800-451-0993. She'll be glad to help you. Let her know that Ken Sigler sent you to her, so that she will realize that you're a referral from us.
Are you tired of being denied the things you need in life due to poor credit? Back on Track Credit Repair can help you. We work with you to rebuild a strong credit file and remove inaccurate, erroneous, negative items from your credit report. Contact us today for a free consultation. Let us get your credit back on track. Leave a free vacation and our extensive rebuilding guide that will help you boost your credit score over 100 points.
So she does credit audit, rebuilding strategies, credit restoration. Her price is $297 to get started, and then $97 monthly. You get all this stuff here as part of being a customer of hers. We don't get the referral bonus for basically sending you to her, but she will pay us back with insurance clients.
Just 3 months ago, my credit score was a very low 400s. But now, thanks to Back on Track Financial, I have finally hit the 700s. I called Back on Track and told them about all the medical bills, the evictions, collections, and charge-offs I had on my credit. And they were very compassionate and caring. Not only did they legally delete every negative item from my credit, but they worked with me step by step and guided me on how to rebuild my credit. And to prove to me how much they valued me as a customer, I even received a free vacation. Life could not get any better. A free vacation and a 750 credit score. That's great, right? Thanks to Back on Track, I finally have a home of my dreams and things are looking up. So if you know your credit is causing your life to be off track, get back on track with Back on Track Financial Services.
Hi guys, I quickly want to give you my review on something that really has changed my life. It's called Back on Track Financial Services, and it's owned by Pasha Nixon. This girl has changed my life. So I had some financial messiness and my credit score was an issue. And not only did she repair my score with 115 points, sent me on vacation. I chose Hawaii. It was amazing. The sun and the sea and the ocean, it was beautiful. And when I got back, in 60 days, she managed to bring my score up 115 points. So that's really substantial. I couldn't be happier. Thank you, Pasha, and I'm really, really thankful. And if you guys need some help with finances and your credit score, definitely contact them. They're the best in the game, and they're so sweet and caring. So I highly recommend.
So remember, you can contact Ms. Pasha Nixon for your credit repair by going to botcreditrepair.com or by calling Ms. Pasha Nixon at 1-800-451-0993. Let her know that Ken with Ken's Insurance Agency sent you to her, and she'll treat you great. Next, we're going to show you how to pay off all your loans, whether you got just a mortgage or a mortgage and a car loan, or a mortgage, car loan, credit card debt, and student loans. Doesn't matter how much you got, we've got a way we can help you get it all paid off.
Welcome to the most beneficial cash transformation system in the world. This is the first step in taking control of your financial future. This intuitive online system enables you to use financial strategies that the banking industry has used for decades to transform scheduled interest payments into wealth. Here you will maximize your cash flow, increase your net worth, and pay off your debt in record time. At this point, you may be asking yourself, how is this program different than every other financial tool out there? Well, simply put, most financial tools currently available tell you the same old thing, what you've done in the past. But this is where the biggest problem lies. You cannot change the past, so why dwell on it? Never before has a system existed that shows you where you are today, where you're going tomorrow, and exactly how to get there. One of the best things about this program is that it works for consumers in many different financial situations. To illustrate this, we would now like to introduce you to another homeowner example, John and Rebecca Jones. When you first log into the program, there are a few things you will find different than any other financial tool you have seen. For instance, at the top, you will see what we refer to as your financial dashboard. Just like a GPS in your car, the financial dashboard shows where you are, where you're going, and how quickly you will get to where you want to be financially. And because the program monitors your finances 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, if you make a wrong turn financially, the program recalculates based on your current situation to get you back on track, thus helping you to achieve your true financial potential. These financial dashlets or focus points can be changed to show you additional information, a few of which are years to pay off, interest saved, and interest remaining. Below the dashboard, you can see 4 easy navigation points on the left: action plan, budget, accounts, and reports. To the right, you can see settings, help, and log out. Let's go to our accounts tab. From here, let's select mortgages. Here we can see that John and Rebecca have a 30-year first mortgage for $200,000 at 5.25%, with a monthly payment of $1,104.41. In their creditor's loan section, we can see that John and Rebecca have an auto loan for $25,000 at 4.5%, with a payment of $466.08. A MasterCard for $5,500 at 18.49%, with a payment of $99, and a signature loan for $2,400 at 17.9% with a payment of $139.65. All of these loans add up to $232,900, which the principal remaining dashlet shows us at the top left here. John and Rebecca also have a checking account with a balance of $500, which is also their minimum balance. This means the program will not use this $500 to pay off debt. In their savings account, they have a balance of $5,238.89 and a minimum balance of $4,530, which the program will not use. Now let's go to our budget tab. This is where you set up income and expense budgets. Here we can see that John has an income of $1,314 semi-monthly, and Rebecca has an income of $2,417 monthly, for a total monthly income of $5,045. From here, we can also review their living expenses. We see that John and Rebecca have a living expense budget of $2,850. In other words, this is what they will spend each month on gas, groceries, utilities, and so on, with $415 allocated for food, $300 for bills and utilities, broken out, and $2,135 for everything else in the month. When we add in their loan payments, we can see that their total monthly expenses come to $4,659.14. The Budget and Accounts tab is what makes up the Action Plan and is how the Action Plan is built. From these two sections, the program is constantly looking ahead to predict what and when bills and income are due, and from there suggest strategic funds transfers throughout our payoff time to help us achieve our financial goals. Now let's go to the Action Plan tab. The Action Plan is a dynamic snapshot of your deposits and withdrawals laid out in the order they are due. The dashboard is where the program displays the results of our actions and shows us where we are headed. Now, let's see how the Action Plan and the dashboard communicate with us. First, we will change our principal remaining dashlet to years to pay off. Here, we can see that John and Rebecca's 30-year mortgage, auto loan, signature loan, and credit card balances totaling $232,900 will all be paid off completely in only 11.9 years. Now, let's change our principal paid dashlet to interest remaining. Here we can see the interest they are scheduled to pay is cut down to $81,457 from over $225,000 that they were scheduled to pay in interest before starting on the program. This is a savings of over $143,000 that John and Rebecca will never have to pay the bank simply by following the program. Now, let's change their principal remaining dashlet to interest saved. On the left of the dashlet, we can see their potential interest savings of $143,755, and the program will track their actual savings in real time as they follow the prompts of the Action Plan. In order to show you how impactful the program is for John and Rebecca, we will log into their exact same account by opening a separate web browser to show you the before and after effects of each action we perform in their program. John is paid on commissions, and this week has not been the best week for John, so he's expecting a smaller than normal paycheck. He selects his paycheck and adjusts the amount down to what he expects to receive, $1,100, because he wants to see how much an impact that smaller check will have on his finances. Then saves it to the Action Plan. We can see that the interest remaining dashlet has gone from $81,457 to $81,623, which is a long-term difference of only about $166. So John's able to breathe a little easier. We can also see the funds transfer, which was scheduled to our MasterCard for $1,073, has been decreased to $859. This is because of the decrease in the expected income. The program is always looking ahead to save as much time and interest on your debts as possible, but recalculates when things change to keep you on course. Let's go ahead and update the Action Plan on the left side. Now, John receives his actual paycheck, and it came in even lower than what he expected. It came in at $950. John records that in his Action Plan by clicking Final Transaction and clicks Execute. Once John does this, we can see our interest remaining has increased from $81,623 to $81,886, a difference of about $262. This means that the reduced income will result in having to pay a little more interest on their debt long term. We can also see the funds transferred to the MasterCard and savings account have been rescheduled to the following month. Thus, we can see the program recalculates based on what has happened. Now, let's update the action plan on the left side. Now, we'll do a multiple execute and select these actions at the same time. By executing these actions, John is telling the program that they have been done in real time. We are executing our mortgage payment, signature loan, Rebecca's paycheck, our gas bill, and selecting final transaction. We are also going to tell the program that they spent $215 out of the food and dining budget. But we won't select final transaction on the food and dining budget as they are not done with groceries for the month. This will leave the food and dining budget on the action plan. Now that we've completed these items, the program shows our interest remaining has decreased from $81,886 to $80,975, which is a difference of $910.80. This difference comes from the interest paid on our signature loan of $35.80 and our first mortgage interest of $875, as we can see here. Now, let's update the action plan on the left side. John has received his second paycheck. John kicked it into gear and ended up getting a paycheck of $2,410. Now, we select Final Transaction and click Execute. Notice the years to pay off have decreased from 11.9 years to 11.8, and the interest remaining has gone from $80,975 to $79,721. This is a difference of $1,254. We can also see that because his paycheck came in for a little more, the program has generated new funds transfers to execute. Let's update the action plan on the left side and execute these three transactions. We've updated our food and dining budget to Smith's Groceries, and we've selected Final Transaction. After executing these actions, notice our interest saved dashboard has gone to $7,968, showing us how much interest we've saved so far. The dashboard is showing John and Rebecca the progress they're making every step of the way. John and Rebecca then get some exciting news. Their daughter Katie is getting married. But along with this comes the cost of paying for a wedding. So John adds a new action estimating the wedding to cost around $7,500 and anticipates the wedding to be on November 30th. Once added, their years to pay off will go from 11.8 to 12.3. And we see their interest remaining has gone from $79,567 up to $86,829, which is a difference of $7,261. This means they will pay $7,261 more in interest because of the $7,500 wedding expense, which we added down here. We also see they had a funds transfer in July to their MasterCard, which has been removed due to the wedding. So again, the program always shows us the cause and effect of each action, similar to how a great financial planner would inform us. Now let's update the action plan again on the left side. Katie then informs John and Rebecca that the confirmed wedding date will actually be on June 30th, 5 months sooner than originally estimated. So John simply enters the confirmed date and saves it to the action plan. As he does so, we can see the years to pay off go up from 12.3 to 12.4, and the interest remaining has gone up from $86,829 to $87,501, which is a difference of $672. We also can see that John and Rebecca will now need to borrow $1,509 on the MasterCard to be able to pay for the wedding on June 30th. Now let's update the action plan on the left side again. Later on, John and Rebecca get the bill for Katie's wedding, and it turned out to be $12,500, far more than the $7,500 they had estimated. John and Rebecca then take a deep breath and update the cost. As we can see here, their payoff has gone up from 12.4 years to 12.8 years, and the interest remaining has increased from $87,501 to $95,508, which is a difference of over $8,000. Because of the higher than expected wedding expenses, You'll also notice that instead of having to borrow only $1,509, they're going to have to borrow $6,509 from the MasterCard to pay for the wedding, as they will not have enough cash available. Now that we've seen the comparison, let's update the left side. Now let's go to the Accounts tab. John has been approved for a visa of 8.9% with a credit limit of $8,900. Once the account is added, John clicks Save, and the dashboard will immediately show how this new visa will impact their long-term finances. We can see that their payoff time has decreased from 12.8 years to 12.7. Why? Well, let's take a look at the action plan. The action plan is now asking John and Rebecca to borrow funds for the wedding from the new visa instead of from the MasterCard. This change results in savings of over $3,100 in future interest costs. That's a big difference in our interest remaining from $95,508 down to $92,390. The program looks for every strategic advantage 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. All it needs to know is the accounts available, and it automatically maps out the most strategic plan to maximize your time and interest savings. Now let's update the action plan on the left side. The $3,100 in interest savings has John and Rebecca feeling pretty good, and they say, you know what? We're about to be empty nesters, and we want to travel the world a little bit. What would happen if we bought an RV? So they enter the purchase price of the RV, which is $95,000 for 120 months at 2.5% and a payment of $895. Then Rebecca says, let's do this after Katie's wedding. So they hypothetically set up the first payment to occur on July 22nd. Now remember, the program will not lie to us. It will only tell us the truth of where we are today, where we are going, and exactly what's going to happen along the way. As we can see, with the changes made, the dashboard changes to insufficient funds, which means if John and Rebecca proceed according to their plans with the RV, they will run out of money. Let's zoom in on the dashboard to take a closer look. The dashlet shows your expenses will exceed your available funds on 7/31/2017 by $756.11. Only $619.91 available in all other accounts. The interest remaining dashlet shows $35,995.69 in interest before they completely run out of money in July 2017. If we change our interest remaining dashlet to time to exceed, we see John and Rebecca will run out of available funds in 27 months. Can you imagine if John and Rebecca had bought that RV without the knowledge from this program? They could have been in some real trouble 27 months from now. So, John and Rebecca started looking at used RVs and find a similar one for $62,000. So they enter that price, and the program shows their payment as $584.47. Before adding the RV to the program, we were at 12.7 years. With the RV, our payoff goes up to 17.8 years, and the interest remaining has increased from about $92,000 to over $164,000. This is a huge difference for John and Rebecca. Buying an RV, even a used one, will cost them over $72,300 in additional interest. So, John and Rebecca start reasoning this out. Before we started using the program, we were going to pay off in 30 years, they said. And now we're down to 17.8 years, even with an RV and paying for a wedding. That's not so bad. They decide that although they love the 12.7-year payoff they had before, they are going to go ahead and buy the RV. That's what people love about this program. It helps us to achieve our dreams and do the things we love while making educated decisions that help us to get ahead at the same time. Let's update the action plan on the left side to reflect the RV loan. Now, remember, we were at 12.7 years to pay off before the RV, and now John and Rebecca would really like to get back down to that number. So John decides to see what it would look like if he took up a handyman side business he hasn't been doing for a while, to see if they can get their payoff back down to 12.7 years again. John decides to plan on about $550 of income per month from the side business. So he adds that to his program, which takes him from 17.8 years down to 12.3, and from $164,752 in interest remaining down to $99,861, a savings of $64,891. In addition, they only have to borrow $4,859 from their Visa instead of $6,509, a difference of $1,650. John and Rebecca are so excited about this. The program calculates everything down to the penny, all the way out until everything is paid off. It sees exactly how much we're going to have to borrow before we borrow it, where the best place to borrow from is, along with showing us the actual cost, which helps us make educated decisions that will actually benefit us and help us to think before we act. Then, simply lays out the exact plan for us to follow. Let's update the action plan on the left side. Rebecca wants to see if they can save even more time and interest. Rebecca calls their cell phone provider and negotiates their monthly bill from $150 to $107, a decrease of $43 per month. Now, experience has taught us that most people would just find another way to spend that $43 every month, which means you really wouldn't be saving anything. But remember what the program does. It looks at every situation to maximize every penny. For some people, $43 does not seem like much, but let's see what the program can do with that $43 per month. Currently, we're at 12.3 years to pay off and $99,861 in interest remaining. After decreasing the cell phone bill, however, we're down to an even 12 years with only $97,153 in interest remaining. That seemingly insignificant $43 used strategically is going to save John and Rebecca over $2,700 of future interest. This also changed the amount that we'll need to borrow from the Visa. Instead of borrowing $4,859, we're now borrowing $4,730. John and Rebecca are really excited about what the program is doing for them. They wonder, though, if they should focus on paying off the RV before everything else. After all, they reason, it does have a pretty high monthly payment, and John would really like to have it paid off. So they come into Settings, click on Preferences, and change their program focus setting from automatic to the RV loan, which overrides the program to pay off the RV loan. Immediately, the program shows us that if they focus on paying off the RV first, their interest remaining and years to pay off will increase from 12 years to 12.3, and from $97,153 of interest remaining to $105,061. This means if they override the program and do not let the program do its job, but force it to focus on the RV loan first, they will pay in excess of an extra $7,900 of interest on their debts and take over 3 months longer to pay off. Having seen the cost of overriding the program strategies, they change the program focus back to automatic. John then says to Rebecca, what if we tell the program we want to save up $47,000 before we pay off debt, instead of the minimum balance we currently have of $4,530 in our savings account? He makes that change, and the program shows it will take 81 months or 6.75 years to build up. Their payoff time has gone up from 12 to 14.1 years, and their interest remaining has increased by over $27,000. Now they decide saving up a minimum balance of $47,000 in their savings account, which only pays them 0.5% interest, is not worth the increased interest and payoff time. So they decide against it and change it back. Now, the important thing to remember is that all of these decisions have been John and Rebecca's to make. Although the program shows them the impact of their decisions, John and Rebecca are still in control of their finances and can do whatever they like with their money. But with the help of the program, they are now making more educated decisions based on strategic calculations rather than emotions and guessing. So what has the program done for John and Rebecca? It has simplified their life and will help them save 18 years of mortgage and other debt payments and over $135,000 in interest payments. It will also help them pay for a wedding, purchase and pay off an RV. And on top of that, they're scheduled to pay off on April 15, 2027. At that point, if they continue to deposit the payments they were paying towards debt into a simple savings account, earning just 5% interest. At the end of 2027, they would have over $27,000 in their savings account. And by the end of the year 2045, the same time they would normally just be paying off their 30-year mortgage on their own, they could instead have over $660,000 in their savings account. This program shows you the cause and effect of virtually every financial decision you make and provides you with proven strategies to turn ordinary finances into extraordinary results. In short, it will guide you on how to reach your true financial potential. Can you imagine where you would be today if you would have known about this program like John and Rebecca 12 years ago? Does the thought debt-free and building wealth come to mind? We are confident that this program will give you a sense of renewed hope and bring relief to the seemingly never-ending financial burden for many individuals and families like John and Rebecca. To see what this program will do for you, be sure to ask about our free savings report.
So that shows you how you can save money on your debts, and then we showed you how you can pay your debts off, or how you can repair your credit. Now let's look at
Association RX. What if you knew the
telemedicine and its benefits, and one of its benefits is roadside assistance.
Association If you don't have a roadside assist,
what is that?
A bottle.
A bottle. What's in the bottle?
Nothing.
Nothing's in the bottle. All right.
Me?
Let's see. I want to get back.
Did you know that in the course of a year, you'll see your doctor close to 3 times for one of these typical conditions? And for your kids, almost 4 times. So what do you do about it? You normally have 3 options. The first thing you should do is call your primary care physician. But what if getting an appointment takes too long? Or even worse, what if traveling makes it impossible? You could head to an urgent care clinic. But do you want to spend $150 to wait in a room that might be full of sick people? And then there's the emergency room, but that would cost $750. And the waiting room might be full of really sick people. Wouldn't it be great if treatment could be simple? That's what Teladoc is for. This is how easy it is to use. First, sign up and fill out some health info. When one of these strikes and your doctor is unavailable, Go online or call Teladoc to request a consultation with a U.S. board certified doctor. Get on a call or video chat with your doctor who is licensed in your state. Explain every detail of your issue. There's no rush. Take as long as you need. The doctor will listen carefully. And when enough details are given, we'll diagnose what you have. A prescription is sent to your local pharmacy if necessary. All of this was done in less than an hour. Average amount of practice experience of Teladoc doctors, 15 years. Average time it takes to get a call back from a Teladoc doctor for the quality care you need, 22 minutes. 91% of all medical issues resolved. 97% of customers satisfied. Who said getting quality care has to be complicated? Try it once. You'll love it.
I'm still working. I just need more help from you.
I'm doing the best I can.
I feel like everyone is leaning on me to do everything, Mom. You know.
What is that?
A bottle.
A bottle. What's in the bottle?
Nothing.
Nothing's in the bottle. All right.
See?
Exclusive.
Mom, come on.
I'm still working. I just need more help from you.
I'm doing the best I can.
I feel like everyone is leaning on me to do everything, Mom.
You know, it wasn't always easy with you and your dad either. But you're losing out on moments you aren't going to get back. Maybe it's time you talk with someone.
Hi. Thanks for seeing me.
I'm glad you scheduled some time. How can I help? Make some mental notes, and we can talk about it next time.
Thanks, Dr. Brown. Let's meet next week. This castle needs a dragon, huh? Darr.
They're finally asleep. How are you?
I'm good. I think we're gonna be all right.
Do you not have insurance for prescriptions? Not enough coverage or no coverage at all? Are you not getting the medicine you need for care because of the cost? Despite for almost a decade, chain pharmacies nationwide have been selling select generic drugs for as little as $1 per week, medicine cost is still a burden to households across the United States. Our program will lend you a hand. Now that you have access to the doctor with our teledoctor service, let's get the prescription worked out. If your insurance plan does not cover the cost of all your medications, or if you do not have insurance and you choose the cost-effective generic drug route, either way, our plan will drive down the out-of-pocket expense. Get discounts at over 58,000 national chains, regional chains, and independent pharmacies. Get 20% to 60% off retail prices for generic drugs and 20 to 40% of name brand drugs with no limits on quantities. Use mail order pharmacy as well and purchase up to a 90-day supply of your maintenance prescriptions. Our membership card is the gold standard for prescription savings. Enroll today. I know what the next question is about: vision. Don't worry, we have the answer. Your healthcare savings plan also includes 15% to 35% off normal retail prices for frames, lenses, and specialty items, such as resistant coatings and ultraviolet protection. Contact lenses and even LASIK and PRK procedures also receive discounts, up to 15% off retail prices as a matter of fact. This keeps money in your pocket should you need glasses, contacts, or ophthalmology services at any time. Just present your membership card and save all around. Enroll today. It seems like AIA covers everything and truly simplifies your life. But something is missing. What about man's best friend? Well, we have that covered too. Pets are unpredictable. While it's hard to anticipate accidents and illnesses, our affiliations with Nationwide helps make it a little easier to be prepared for them. From preventative care visits to significant medical incidents, Nationwide provides protection for pets when they need it most. Nationwide policies cover a multitude of medical problems and conditions related to accidents and illnesses, including cancer. Coverage is available for dogs, cats, birds, and exotic pets. Plus, optional wellness care coverage reimburses for vaccinations, flea tick preventative, and more. Members are free to use any veterinarian worldwide, even specialists and emergency care providers. Best of all, members are eligible for preferred pricing, which makes this peace of mind protection even more affordable. You're free to use any vet, anywhere, receive preferred pricing as an AIA member. Also, our 24/7 vet helpline is available as a service to all pet insurance members, a $150 value. Tell a doctor for pets. That's right. All pets deserve to live life to the fullest. That's why we're there for the big stuff,
the small stuff, and all the stuff in between. Enroll today. The AIA membership is the gift that just keeps giving. You earn AIA rewards just for being a member. Use your rewards to save on travel, gift cards, merchandise, and more. The savings are available to the primary member plus their dependents. Save up to 40% on 13,000 hotels and condos worldwide. Enjoy 10% discounts on popular dining and retail gift cards. Get up to 80% savings on the daily deal. Save an average of 46% on software. Find deals on jewelry, apparel, electronics, cruises, and more. As a new AIA member, you receive $250 in AIA rewards in your own online account. Plus, an additional $50 in rewards will be deposited each month you remain an active member. To start using your AIA rewards, simply log in and start saving. Enroll today.
If you don't have a roadside assistance plan for your car, you may want to get one soon. One of the most common things we never think about until it happens, transportation issues. The winter and fall months are when most drivers need help with such issues as dead batteries, flat tires, and keys locked inside their car. Spring and summer are filled with road trips and more time behind the wheel. You could miss work, family activities, important dates. Never be stranded again. In our package, you have access to emergency road service 24 hours a day, anywhere in the US and Canada. We deliver gasoline, change tires, provide jump starts, unlock the vehicle, winching and extraction services, and delivery and installation of parts. We'll also tow your covered vehicle to a location of your choice. We do it all to keep you on the road. Enroll today.
So that shows you the baseline package. I'm not going to go through all the add-ons tonight, which there's 2 add-ons, another pharmacy where you know exactly what you're going to pay before you go to the pharmacy. And then the other is discount dental. But for the baseline package, you're looking at $49 a month and a one-time enrollment of $49. And it includes all that I've shown you. So, wanted to show you that. We offer all this, and it's a great value. We've also got another roadside assistance plan that is $19.99 a month, and you pay the first 2 months up front. We can sell you either one. Both are real good. Do like the Teledoc also, and if you bought both, then you'd have more coverage because the AIA is only going to cover you for 2 events, and after the 2 events, then you're up a creek without a paddle. So do recommend having both. The downside to the roadside assistance that's usually included in your auto is it's got a $75 to $100 deductible that you got to pay first. So that explains everything. If you want to become an agent, or if you want to discuss these products further, then give us a call. Our number is 662-912-3914. Again, that number is 662-912-3914, and we'll be glad to help you. Look forward to helping you, and have a nice night.